I think the water policy in Saudi Arabia now they have been changed in the past few years. We have realized that we do not have enough water for all those agricultural products that we were growing in Saudi Arabia. For example, we were growing alfalfa for the animals, and that required a lot of water. Wheat, potatoes, all those items require a lot of water, which is very scarce in Saudi Arabia. In my point of view, we should not waste the water on planting agriculturally in Saudi Arabia. Well, they have to start looking for items or products that are how do you say, suitable for our weather and our soil and the scarcity of water, which is very few. So I think we should revise all the policies in growing even dates. Dates require a lot of water. One watermelon maybe requires more than 100 liters or 150 liters of water, just one watermelon. So imagine if you have a field of watermelon. I think the last I checked, there are more than 25 countries that are listed there where we can go grow agriculturally for strategic reasons for Saudi Arabia.
What is your opinion?
I think it's a good idea, but of course it has a lot of disadvantages. For example, let's take Ethiopia. If you have your farms there and you're growing rice, and there is a big famine in Africa, Ethiopia is one of the countries that will be affected. You think they will allow you to export the rice out of Ethiopia to Saudi Arabia while their people are dying? It's not that simple. It is not that simple. Well, one of the ideas is to go plant our farms there, but I think your only rescue or the only strategic reserve you have is your dollar. Once you still have the dollar, you can go purchase from anywhere in the world. That will always be there. But going into countries, especially in Africa, there is a lot of political risks over there. They were, Sudan, for example, was one of the countries that was promoting taking land there and cultivating and all that, and they would give you the land for free. And we're talking about thousands of acres. Some of the Saudi investors really believed, and they went there and they started working on the farms, paid a lot of money for the infrastructure, but the political situation was not stable. A lot of people came claiming the land for themselves with guns, and so it was not a very pleasant experience. One of the most important things you should look at before investing in agriculture is the political situation in a country, because agriculture is a very long-term investment. We're talking at least 20, 30 years. So you have to have a light at the end of the tunnel. I am very pessimistic about agriculture in Saudi Arabia. It's very simple. You don't have water. Very simple. So anybody comes with any idea, I am not very eager to hear. You don't have water. You don't have water. If you ask me to lend you 10 riyals, and I tell you I cannot for 10 reasons. First reason, I don't have 10 riyals. You tell me, don't continue. I don't need to hear the other 10. We don't have water. The water that is left should be for us to drink. I know a lot of people who, this is not going to sound very nice to them, but this is my humble opinion. And when we decided to plant and we have our own farms, we went to Chile, we went to South Africa, we are in Egypt, we're thinking of the Philippines now. Water. this is where we think we can plant, but not in Saudi Arabia.